going to start out on our backs, laying in Shavasana. So rolling down onto our backs. Legs relaxed, arms relaxed. Starting to come into your breath, maybe we place our hands on our belly. And just noticing how your belly expands as you breathe. In yoga, the Ujjayi breath that we do is going to be in and out through the nose. So eventually, we're going to stop the belly breathing and have the inhale fill our lungs while the belly button comes in towards our spine. And then we exhale out through our nose. It makes a very loud, audible exhale, like ocean waves or maybe like Darth Vader's voice. We constrict the whisper muscles in the back of our throat as we inhale and exhale. Filling up our lungs, feeling the chest rise. Exhale. Breath in, breath out. Let's bring our knee into our chest. Our right knee rises, and we bring our knee up to our chest and then up and around the rib cage. We're going to keep our right foot relaxed, but we're going to flex our left foot. And we're going to bring that knee up and around into our armpit, really pulling that knee around the rib cage. Compressing the right side body, the ascending colon. Compressing some of the internal organs on this side, which aids in digestion. And now we're going to take our left hand up to that right knee and bring the right knee across the body. Maybe our right arm opens up and we gaze over to the right, feeling the spinal twist. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Using the breath to deepen the pose. As you inhale, maybe that right hand is reaching towards the sidewall, and as you exhale, the knee is coming further down to the ground. Goal is to keep both shoulders on the ground, but really do anything that feels good getting this spinal twist. Now let's bring our right knee back to center, and we're going to bring both knees into our chest, feet to the ground, and now our right ankle on top of our left knee. Grounding through the left heel, arms down by our sides, we're going to lift our hips up off the mat and exhale down. Inhale and lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale as we rise. Exhale, release. Keep moving with your breath, one movement. What we're doing here is we're isolating the muscles in the back and the hip area. This is going to help with functional movement as we go on with our day. Let's take two more. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling, release. One more. And exhale down. Hug both knees into your chest. And now let's send the right leg long. The right heel is flexed. We're going to relax that left foot. And then we're going to bring the left knee up and around the ribcage, up into the armpit. Really hugging that knee, compressing the left side body, the descending colon, and aiding in digestion on this side. Breathing in and breathing out, using the breath to go deeper. Now taking our right hand to our left knee, and that left knee across the body, left arm out, gazing over to the left, working on getting both shoulders to the ground. As you inhale, you're reaching that left arm out to the sidewall. As you exhale, that left knee coming down closer to the ground, using the breath to go deeper into this pose. And now let's release, hugging both knees into our chest. We're going to bring the feet down. And then we're going to take our left ankle over our right knee, rounding down through that right heel. We're going to lift our hips, peeling our spine up off the ground, and release. Inhale to rise. Exhale, release. Inhale as we lift. Exhale down. Isolating those muscles in the core, but focusing on the back, the lower back and the hip. As we inhale to rise, exhale, release. One more. And let's bring it down. Hugging both knees into our chest. We rock side to side, releasing, maybe giving ourselves that little low back massage. Let's send our heels up to the sky, legs at a 90-degree angle, feeling that stretch just here up the backs of the legs. Maybe we can reach up and grab a hold of one toe, maybe the other, bringing our head down. If you can't reach that, maybe you can grab behind your calves or behind your thighs, really making that stretch happen. Hugging our knees into our chest, and we are going to rock forward. Coming into a tabletop, wrists on your shoulders, knees under hips. Taking some cat-cows, inhaling eyes and tailbone to the sky, hammocking the belly, looking up. Exhale, cat pose as we arch the back. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Moving one breath, one movement through these poses. And now maybe taking some intuitive movements, sending those hips down. One side, feeling that side body stretch, and then the other. And now planting our hands, tucking our toes, pushing back for our first downward facing dog of the day. Our feet are about hips width distance. The weight is evenly spread in our hands, triceps spinning underneath the smiles of our elbows, facing each other, working on getting heels down towards the mat, but that's not necessary today or ever. Just doing the best that we can, gazing eventually up towards the belly button. And now as we inhale, we lift our heels, exhale, release. Inhale, lift our heels, exhale, release. Let's lift our right heel to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip, and release. Left heel to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip, and release. Right heel to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Take some ankle circles, release. Left heel to the sky, bend the knee and open up. Ankle circles on this side, and release. Right heel to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip and take some hip circles, one way and then the other, and we release. Left heel rises, opening up the hip, hip circles on this side, one way and then the other, and release. Taking that down dog, inhale, exhale, breath in, breath out. Biggest breath in, release. We'll tiptoe our feet to our hands. Meeting in a forward fold at the top of our mat. Inhale to a flat back, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Arms up overhead. Hands come into heart center. Let's take a couple of breaths in here. Closing our eyes. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Folding forward. Halfway lift. Step out to your high plank. Lowering down to your belly on your exhale. Setting up the cobra. The tops of our feet are into the mat so much so that our knees lift up off the mat. Hands are directly underneath our shoulders. 90-degree bend in those arms, these grasshopper wings here. And we're going to inhale, lift our shoulders up off the mat. Little to no weight in the hands. All of the weight coming from our low back as we push our feet into the mat, lifting our shoulders higher. Exhale down. Inhale a little higher. Exhale down. Let's put a little bit more weight into the hands. Exhale, release. And now taking that upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Up. Empty. Big breath in. Release. Walk your feet to your hands, meeting in that forward fold to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, fold, arms up overhead, rising up, extending mat and pose. Exhale, fold forward, halfway lift, inhale. Stepping back, jumping back, moving through our vinyasa, lowering down to your knees, coming forward for cobra, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale, fill up, empty, feet to your hands. Halfway lift, fold, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift. Stepping back, lowering down perhaps through chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale to rise. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Biggest breath in. Release. Feet to your hands. One more sun salutation A. Inhale to reflect back. Exhale, fold. Rising up, extended mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Stepping back, jumping back, moving to your vinyasa. Lowering all the way down. Inhaling to rise. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Fill up. Empty. Biggest breath in. Release. Feet to your hands. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Toes together to touch, our heels are slightly apart as we lower our hips, sinking into our Utkatasana chair pose. Our tailbone is tucked, pelvis lifts, tailbone descends, sinking into that chair. Arms up overhead, and we hold here for several breaths. Maybe we bring our hands together to touch. Maybe we keep them separate. Let's keep our fingers together, no lonely thumbs, sinking into this chair. Inhaling and reaching, exhaling and sinking lower. Inhaling and reaching, exhale, sinking lower, breath in, breath out, exhale, fold forward, halfway lift, stepping back to your high plank, lowering down, perhaps through chaturanga on your exhale, inhaling upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Right foot rises and comes forward for warrior one. Left heel spinning down at a 45-degree angle, 90-degree bend in that right knee, arms up overhead. Sinking into that right knee, knee directly over ankle. Behind the knee, but the knee behind the ankle, we don't get as much benefit. If we're over, we can do damage. So we want it right over the ankle. Arms up overhead. Look up, reach up. Exhale, move through your vinyasa. Inhaling to rise. Exhaling, belly button into spine. Pushing your hips back to downward facing dog. Left foot rises, comes forward, warrior one on the left. Working on getting those hips faced to the front of the room. Maybe bring your hands to our hips as we work that right hip forward, left hip back. 90-degree bend in that front knee. That knee energetically tracking towards the pinky side of the left foot. Gazing down, just being able to see the left toe peeking up. Arms up overhead. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, move through Vinyasa. Exhaling as we lower. Inhale to rise. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Filling up. Empty. Feet to your hands. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Toes together to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale, sink into that chair. One breath this time. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Step back, jump back. Move through your vinyasa. One breath per movement. Using the breath as the vehicle to move you through these poses. Right foot comes forward. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale to the mat. Go through your flow. Using the breath to move you. As soon as you hit downward facing dog, left foot forward, warrior one. And down to the mat. Moving through your vinyasa. Inhale to rise. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Inhale, fill up, empty, lift your hands, halfway lift, fold, toes together to touch, heels slightly apart, sinking in to that chair, hands coming to heart center, and we're going to take our left elbow to our right knee. Keeping our knees in line. When we twist, left elbow to right knee, we're not going to twist from the hips and make this knee jut out like this. We're going to keep our knees in line and we're going to twist from up here. So hands into heart center, twisting, gazing over to the right, and then taking this elbow to the knee, keeping those knees in line, working on getting the hands to heart center. Option for a side crow here, placing the hands down, and then popping up on this little shelf that your right hand has made for your side crow. We're staying in the twist. We're working on breathing through the twist, using the breath to inhale, twist deeper on the exhale. Now exhale, fold forward, reach for those toes. These fingers grab a hold of big toes, pulling your head down towards the mat. Feeling that stretch up the backs of your legs, maybe even to your low back as your biceps bulge and you're pulling your head down closer and closer. Releasing those toes, toes together to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Sink into that Utkatasana, chair pose, left side twist. Hands coming to heart center, not twisting from the hips, twisting from the torso. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, right elbow to left knee, keeping those knees in line. And twist. Your option on this side for side crow, placing your hands on the mat and popping up into your side crow. If we're taking the twist, we're inhaling, thinking about the top of the head, moving towards the front of the room. Exhaling, opening up that chest more, bringing those hands more and more closer to heart center. Inhale, exhale, twist. Breath in, exhale, fold. Let's step on the palms of our hands, taking our gorilla pose. Toes tickling our wrist creases. As we bend those elbows back towards our shins, really pulling our head down towards the mat. Pulling, pulling, pulling. And now we'll release. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's rise up. Extended mountain pose, arms up. Cactus those arms, take a back bend. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Let's step back, move through your Vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog. Using the breath to you. From our downward facing dog, we're going to lift our right heel to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip, staying here in our three-legged dog, or perhaps planting our foot coming into that flip dog. And now let's flip back over. And we've got our right heel to the sky. And we're going to bring our right elbow to our right knee. Send that back. Right knee to our nose. Send that back. Right knee to left elbow. Send that back. And then that right foot is going to come forward. Back to our elbow. Sending that right foot out, or opening up our fallen star. And then sending that right foot back up, bringing it forward for a crescent lunge. Arms up overhead, looking very much like warrior one, except we're up on the ball of our back foot. 90-degree bend in that right knee, arms up overhead. Warrior one. Let's open to warrior two. Reversing that warrior, sending that right palm up to the sky. Maybe you're taking a half bind. And now right elbow to right knee. So we take this extended side angle and that left arm reaching up and over. We can take a half bind or a full bind here. Popping up to bird of paradise, if you choose. And now from here, we'll come back to our warrior two, sending our hands down to the mat as we step back, lowering down through chaturanga, inhaling to rise, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Breath in, release. Let's send our left heel up to the sky. And we're going to bend our knee, open up our hip, staying in this three-legged dog, or perhaps flipping our dog. Some may working down towards getting into full wheel from here. Return into our flip dog, or to return into our three-legged dog. Taking this left knee to our left elbow, kick it back. Left knee to nose, kick it back. Left knee to right elbow, kick it back. Left knee to right elbow, and now extend, open up to that fallen start, raising up at the right hand. And now we're going to bring that right hand to the mat, left foot up, bringing it forward, crescent lunge on the left. 90-degree bend here. You can also take this option to be down with our back knee. Either way, arms up overhead, opening up to warrior two, reversing that warrior, taking an extended side angle. Options for that half bind, full bind, popping it up to bird of paradise perhaps. Taking whatever option feels good for you. Coming back to warrior two, palms to the mat, going through the vinyasa, lowering all the way down, getting to rise, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale. Biggest breath in, release. Walk your feet to your hands, meeting in that forward fold at the top of your mat. Hands to shins as you lift to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Arms up overhead. Hands coming to heart center. Setting up for a balance series. Starting with eagle. Arms up overhead. Right arm under. Right leg over. Working on getting that right foot, that right toe wrapped around the calf. Belly button into spine, tailbone tucks, pelvis lifts. Super tight in the core. Working on this compression that helps with the balance, sinking into that standing leg. Bringing those elbows to shoulder height in this class. And release. Left side, left arm under, left leg over. If this isn't working for your shoulders, genie arms are appropriate, or even maybe giving yourself a butterfly hug. Working on that toe wrap. Being modest or being mindful that one side might be easier than the other. Taking your option, belly button into spine, pelvis tucks, sinking in. And then we release, arms down by your side. Let's add on to it a little bit this time. Arms up overhead, right arm under, right leg over. Elbows up to shoulder height. Inhale. On your exhale, elbows to knees. Sending that right leg back behind you. We're in a bound warrior three, hips pointed towards the ground. We're going to open up our arms to take past in an airplane. And then we're going to take a nose dive down to a standing split, sending our right foot way high up in the sky. This is a moment to take some handstand preps if you would like, or we can take a little kundalini squat here. Inhaling to rise, exhaling, inhale, exhale, inhale, and we squat on the exhale. One more squat. Sending that leg up to the sky, and then back down. Right foot to meet the left, we're in a forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Arms up, overhead. The left arm under, the left leg over. Going for that wrap. elbows up to shoulder height, sinking into that standing leg. Breath in, exhale, folding forward. Sending that left leg back behind. Bring this bound warrior 3, opening up Dekasana airplane, and then sending those fingertips to the ground as the left leg rises. Standing split. Again, handstand prep might be in your practice, or if you've got a handstand, pop into it, or you can work on these squats. Exhaling as we squat, inhaling to rise, exhale, inhale. Moving, one breath, one movement. Let's take one more. And then that left foot will meet the right, and we're in that forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Arms up overhead. Tadasana. Standing leg raises next. Grounding through this left leg. Right knee rises. We'll take that right knee into our right hand. Left hand on our hip. Options are just stay right here. We're working on balance and stability here. Belly button into spine, tailbone tucks, pelvis lifts. Working on finding that true north alignment. If you want a little extra and you're feeling stable, then you can open up this knee. If you're working on even more flexibility, you can reach down with those peace fingers, grabbing a hold of that right toe, sending that right heel out, opening up to the right, and then maybe that left arm lifts and the gaze is over to the left. If you're wanting the opening but don't want the flexibility, we could do it this way as well. Holding here, and then we're going to bring it all back to center and down. Grounding into this right leg. The left knee rises. Taking your option, working on building balance and stability here, or maybe you want to extend out, opening up, gazing over to the right this time. Breathing, and then releasing back to center and down. Excellent. We'll take our tree pose next. Grounding through the left leg. We can kickstand our right at our ankle. Right here, I'm feeling some toggle. I'm working on balance here. It isn't full expression of tree pose, but it may be where you're feeling today. So this is an absolute beautiful representation of tree. If you want a little more, you can bring that foot below the knee up onto the calf. And if you want a little more, we can bring that foot up onto the thigh. Starting with hands at heart center, pushing hand into hand will help to stabilize balance, making sure we are balancing through the ball mount of the left foot. Belly button in, tailbone tuck, pelvis lifts, shoulders away from the ears, shoulder blades back and down. Inhaling. Maybe we take our hands someplace new. And let's release down. Tadasana. Grounding through the right leg. Let's bring our left leg. Being mindful, one side may be easier or harder than the other. Totally fine. We're working on building that symmetry in the body when we do yoga. But today, just recognize that maybe one side you want to do something different. We can start with the kickstand, the calf, or on the thigh as long as we're not on the knee joint. Hands into heart center. Inhaling, super proud chest, shoulder blades back and down. Belly button in, and breathe. And let's release down back to Tadasana. Excellent. Arms up overhead. Exhale as we fold, reaching for those toes. Halfway lift, inhale. Going through your Vinyasa, meeting in that downward facing dog. Our right heel is going to rise. We're going to bring it forward for warrior one. Arms up overhead. Opening to warrior two. Reversing that warrior, we're going to take it to triangle. Straightening this right knee. Reaching as far forward towards the front of the room as we can before we take our arms. Reaching up, gazing up at the top of them. We're not locking out this knee joint. There's a softness in the joint as we reach and open and hold and breathe. We're inhaling and our spine is lengthening towards the front of the room. Exhaling, we're peeling the shoulder open and away, opening up the chest. And now this top hand is going to pull us up. We're going to bring our toes to 12 o'clock, hands on our hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bring the top of our head down to the mat. Maybe we're reaching around, grabbing a hold of our ankles, grabbing a hold of our feet, our shins. Maybe we want our hands down on the mat. If our hands can come in line with the mat, then the top of our head can come to the mat as well. We might be ready to pop up to a tripod headstand. That's your opportunity to take that now. Either way, do what you need and do what feels good here for a full stretch. Feeling that stretch up the legs. If getting the top of your head to the mat seems like it's forever away, it could be a strengthening and flexibility issue, which means if you think about your thighs spinning in towards each other, that's going to start to build the strength that you need to get your head closer and closer to the mat. So spin the thighs in towards each other and really work on getting the head closer and closer to the mat. And then eventually the core strength builds up to where you can pop up into that tripod headstand. Fun fact is, if you're doing this from home, you can try a tripod headstand and fall all over the place and no one will know. And then you build up the confidence, so by the time you're back at beautiful, you're able to do it, and no one knows and no one saw all the falling that you did. But I will tell you, every single one of us has tried a tripod headstand, has fallen over, including yours truly. So don't worry about it. This is how we learn. When we fall, we make muscle memories that remind us how not to do it. I still don't do inversions too much. It's just my preference, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try and see if you like it and have fun with it. So now let's come back to tripods. If you're in that, come back to that wide-legged forward fold. Hands to our hips as we inhale to a flat back. Exhale it all out here. Inhale as we rise, pivoting our left foot out to that warrior two to the back of the room this time. We're going to send that left hand up, reversing that warrior, and then bring our left elbow to our left knee, reaching over, and coming back up, taking that warrior two, straightening this leg, reaching to the back wall, taking this triangle, not locking out that knee, tick-tocking those arms down, gazing up the top thumb, opening and breathing. Inhale, chest opening, exhale. Reaching, opening, taking this vulnerable moment, settling into it, and letting it happen, working every muscle in the body. The muscles are wrapping around the bones, so they're holding us up. Let's reach up. Let's take those hands, or those feet, sorry, back to 12 o'clock. Hands at heart, hands at our sacrum. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, chest forward as we take this bind and we bring our head down to the mat. Fun fact, the goal here is to get the top of the head to the mat and the hands to fall behind us, landing on the mat behind us. This is a possibility. It does happen. Again, it takes a lot of strength and flexibility. So keep working on it, and the more and more you work on it, the closer and closer you get. Now let's inhale and rise. We're keeping this bind as we pivot our right foot. So we're coming into warrior one feet, right foot forward, proud chest, and then we're going to humble our warrior, bringing our right shoulder inside of our right knee, those arms coming up overhead, releasing those hands, bringing our hands on the outside of our feet for a minute. We're going to bring this left knee down. Now we're not in the super cushy, beautiful hot yoga studio. So wherever you are, if this is too much on that knee, you can flip the mat up a little bit to make a cushion for your knee. We're in this modified lunge here, and now we're going to bring our hands to the inside of our mat, setting up for lizard. If you've got a block with you at home, you're going to absolutely take your block now and start to work on coming down to your forearms. If not, here, this is a pretty good stretch right here. If you want more, you can work on coming down to your forearms on the mat. Holding here, holding this hip opener, feeling this opening, and breathing. Alright, let's come out of this. And now we're going to plant our left hand, sit our right arm up, and we're going to take that twist. Maybe you want to reach back, grab a hold of that cattail, gazing over that shoulder, looking back behind you, holding it, twisting, and then we're going to release it down. Let's come forward. If full splits is in your practice, take it now. But we're going to flow through some half splits. Inhaling chest forward, exhaling back, inhaling forward, exhaling back, inhaling forward. Maybe this time we keep our foot flat on the ground as we reach back. Inhale forward, keeping that foot flat. And one more. Coming back, we're going to tuck our toes, pop that knee, and sink our right foot back to meet the left, and we're in that downward facing dog. We're going to send our left heel up to the sky, come back to that warrior one, arms up overhead, hands behind us, hands at our sacrum. Inhale, chest proud, exhale, humble your warrior. Left shoulder into your left knee, those hands reaching up overhead. And now let's bring these fingertips down to the mat. We're going to bring this knee down. Let me get my, bringing that right knee down. Hands inside of the left as we sink and settle into our lizard pose. Maybe coming down our forearms, enjoying this stretch. Breathing and releasing into this hip opener. And now let's rise up. We're going to plant our right hand, send our left arm up, gazing up at the top, then taking that twist. Maybe we're going to take our cattail on this side, looking over that left shoulder behind us. And then returning back. Again, if full splits is in your practice, hit it now, or join us as we flow through these half splits. Inhaling forward, exhaling back, inhaling forward, exhaling, popping the toes, inhaling forward, exhaling, and keep the foot flat this time. Inhale, chest forward, exhale, back. Inhale forward, last one. And we're coming forward, popping the toes, popping that knee, sending our feet back, downward facing dog. Popping out to our high plank and lowering down to our bellies. Setting up for locust. Feet up the mat, arms down by our sides. On our next inhale, we are lifting everything above the mat. Breath in as we lift, chest and arms and toes and fingers and shins and knees. Our thighs are spinning in towards each other, belly button into spine as we lift and release. Breath in, breath out. On your next inhale, we're lifting up, locust number 2. Spinning those thighs in towards each other. Belly button into spine, squeezing the glutes, squeezing everything in, and release. Now reaching back, grabbing a hold of our toes for our floor bow. Your option, you can also do one at a time. Pick your option. We're going to do 2 of these. And on your next inhale, Lifting, coming into the soft part of your bellies, into that beautiful teardrop shape. Maybe we can rock like a rocking horse, and then we're going to bring it down. Breath in, breath out. Reaching back, floor up row number 2. Inhale as you lift. And release. Windshield wiper the feet back and forth. Releasing the low back. Let's roll over onto our back, setting up for bridge or wheel. If you have a block with you, you can take that block underneath your sacrum now, relaxing over the block and set up for a restorative bridge and hang out there. If you would like to get some bridges in today, we're going to bring our feet close to our glutes, ground through our heels as we peel our hips up off the mat. Maybe we clasp our hands underneath us, coming up onto our shoulders. And release down. Rising up, bridge number 2. And release down. Maybe we take it to a wheel this time. And release down. Maybe we take it somewhere new, trying something different. Grounding down to rise up. We lift our hips. Maybe we lift a leg. Maybe we come up on our toes. Maybe we lift a leg and we're up on our toes. And release down. Let's hug our knees into our chest. Rock and roll side to side, giving ourselves a low back massage. And then let's take our right knee in, left leg long. We're going to bring our right leg across the body for that spinal twist here. Bring it back to center and down. Left knee up. Bring that left knee across the body. Back to center and down. Let's rock and roll the length of our spine, coming to seated position. Setting up for our resting half pigeon. Our right shin parallel to the short side of the mat. Getting our left leg out long. And we fold down over our right leg, coming to rest. Forehead on the mat, we'll block the forearms. Releasing. Closing eyes up. Let's take our left leg around, stacking, shin over shin, ankle over knee, knee over ankle. Working on getting shins parallel to the short side of the mat. Arms up overhead, reaching forward, feeling that stretch, feeling the stretch up the back of the left hip as we reach and release. Walking those fingertips up. Our left shin is going to lower down as we send our right leg back. Resting half pigeon. Now lifting. Exhale, folding forward. Forehead coming to the mat, a block, or our forearms, whatever is comfortable. slowly forward. Bring this right shin on top of the left. Chin over shin, ankle over knee, over ankle, arms up overhead. Exhaling as you reach forward. Rising up, and our legs out in front of us. Identifying your peace, grabbing a hold of those big toes, pulling your forehead forward, your eyebrows towards your toes, those elbows bending down towards the flat back. As you feel that stretch, and release. Vinyasa, bring the left foot into the right thigh, clasping your hands, making that basket grip around your toes and bringing your forehead to your knees. If this is not accessible, the whole point of this pose is to bring your knee to your forehead. So bend your knee as much as you need to make that happen. And let's switch sides. Making that basket grip around just below the toes on the left foot. Forehead to your knee. And release. Let's roll out onto our backs. Lowering down. Bring our knees into our chest. We're rocking side to side. Making a happy laughing baby. Hugging our knees in. Bending your legs down. Arms by your side. Closing your eyes gently. Final resting pose, Shavasana. This is your time. You've made this time for yourself. Take advantage now. And take as much time as you need. What we all need right now is peace and rest. Everything has been so go, go, go. And now's our time to relax, release, and rest. So take as much time as you need. They say Shavasana is one of the hardest poses. It's not hard in physical ability or skill, but it is hard to lay there with your thoughts and let go. That's all that's required of you right now. So close your eyes, breathe, release, and let go. I look forward to seeing you back in the studio. The light in me recognizes the light in each and every one of